Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tips. The Classic Cast was lucky enough to be invited onto Allcraft with Rich, Hodded, and Asmongold, where we talked about Classic WoW for like 3 hours. It was an absolute blast, and I just want to thank the Allcraft boys one more time for hosting us. Been a fan of the show for a long time, and I was really glad to be a part of it yesterday. I wish I could recap the whole thing for you guys right now, but it was super long, and you'll be able to catch the full thing anyways on Hodded's channel in a couple of days, but I did want to talk about one specific moment. About 2 hours into the podcast, Asmongold asked us a really interesting question. Here it is.
6 months out of Classic WoW. It's been out for 6 months. How many players?
1 million. Well, it depends on the sub, right? It depends on how they link the
It's
sub.
so hard to say, yeah.
Assuming that the subs are linked.
I mean, I think it'll be huge. I think everybody's
in
gonna.
the last 30 days.
More than retail. I'll say that. More than retail. 6 months out.
I think you'll have a very, very large percentage of retail players who
10K.
will log in and try it, and then you'll also have a bunch of people coming in who have not been playing WoW for years that are going to come in. So
Wait,
it could possibly be more than retail.
Do you guys really think Classic will surpass retail's membership?
That's a very fair question from Hodded. I mean, how crazy do you have to be to think that a 14-year-old game could be bigger than its new and improved iteration? Well, maybe not that crazy. In my opinion, there are actually numerous indicators that point to a strong Classic WoW reception, and in this video, we'll be examining each of these indicators to see just why so many people, myself included, believe that Classic WoW is going to be huge. Let's start off with the obvious one. It already was. Yeah, Classic WoW was already huge, and I'm not talking about back in 2004 either. In April 2016, after the shutdown of the vanilla server Nostalrius, an infamous post-mortem document was released by the server's administrators, unveiling a shocking revelation. At the time of shutdown, Nostalrius had been home to a whopping 800,000 users. 150,000 of those users had been active within 30 days prior to shutdown. That's absolutely insane, especially when you consider how many reasons there are not to play on a private server. I think it's safe to say Nostalrius proved that the demand for vanilla was real. Now, to be fair, there were other factors that determined Nostalrius' popularity. After all, Nost was released during Warlords of Draenor. But even after adjusting the figures to a more conservative quantity, it's hard to ignore just how many people wanted to play vanilla. And Nost's success isn't the only reason why we think Classic is going to be big. We're just getting started. After Nostalrius was shut down, the aftermath bled into every corner of the internet. Notable YouTube personalities like Boogie2988 and JonTron released videos expressing solidarity with the legacy movement. And more impactful than John and Boogie were the streamers on gaming's #1 platform, Twitch, who pledged to stream legacy servers if Blizzard provided them. You probably know how involved streamers like Sodapoppin and Kungan were in the legacy push, but what you may not know is that dozens more streamers joined the cause. The total following of these streamers, nearly 30 million people. About 100 streamers with a combined following of 30 million people have pledged to stream Classic WoW. Even if you assume a liberal amount of follower overlap between streamers, that number is still huge and could put Classic as the #1 game on Twitch for months. That's crazy visibility. But even crazier is the exposure that Classic has received outside of gaming. I'm talking about mainstream media. When Classic WoW was announced at BlizzCon 2017, the gaming media went into an absolute frenzy. IGN, PC Gamer, and Kotaku are a small example of the publications that cover the story. But that's to be expected from these endemic journals. What wasn't expected was the coverage elicited by the mainstream media, most notably Forbes magazine, one of the largest financial publications in the world. Forbes actually reported on the story twice, releasing a follow-up editorial recently after the Classic demo was announced. To see a reputable financial publication report so fervently about an MMO is unbelievable, and a testament to how far Classic's ripples have bled into the mainstream. And when the news hit the actual online community, things got even wilder. When Classic WoW was announced, the online community descended into an absolute frenzy. Reaction videos were being posted left and right, big content creators were celebrating on Twitter, and the Twitch chat of the live stream went absolutely berserk. But nothing exhibits how excited people were quite as clearly as the Reddit post announcing Classic WoW's return. Sitting at an astonishing 55,000 upvotes, the Classic WoW announcement post quickly became the #1 upvoted thread on the WoW subreddit. Not number one of the day, not number one of the week, number one of all time, nearly doubling the second highest post that year. That's impressive by any metric of calculation, especially when you consider the fact that the World of Warcraft subreddit is mostly occupied by fans of the current game. It's a testament to how excited and or curious the retail audience is with Classic, which will only translate into more and more subs.
What?
Seriously, the excitement is freaking palpable. So much so that despite a new WoW expansion and a new Hearthstone expansion being announced at BlizzCon last year, the Classic WoW announcement was voted to be the fans' favorite announcement at BlizzCon 2017. A 14-year-old game upstaging some of Blizzard's largest flagships. So when we examine how popular Nostalrius was, when we consider all of the big streamers and YouTubers that'll be promoting Classic, when we see newspapers that my parents read reporting on the story, and when we see the online community upvoting posts about Classic to the top of one of the largest websites in the world, I think you can see why people like me think Classic is going to be a huge success. All signs are pointing to it. But to answer Asmongold's question directly, where will Classic WoW be after 6 months? Well, assuming the subscription model for Classic is fair, assuming Classic WoW is done properly without changes, and assuming BFA stays on its current trajectory, yes, I do believe that Classic could be bigger than retail WoW even after 6 months. But at the end of the day, I don't think we'll ever know. But thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked what you saw, sub it up and stick around because we got more coming. A quick shout out to all of my patrons who make videos like this possible. If you'd like to become a patron yourself, I've left the link in the description for you. And for more Classic WoW and vanilla content, you can catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/tipsoutbaby. Have a wonderful day, fellas. See you guys on Twitch, and as always, tips out, baby.